Third video, trying to squeeze as many videos as I can when I'm out. So when I first moved to Vegas in 22, I was on dating apps, right, trying to meet girls. Obviously it's Vegas, but you would think that it's easy. Yes, it is. In one sense it's easy, but there's a lot of call girls here, if you know what I mean. And there's a lot of girls doing business, quote unquote business, right? It's not legal here in this part. Clark County, no, it's not. Pahrump, which is another town an hour away, it is. I just think they should legalize it all around because it's my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. People are doing it anyway, without going into details. So when I first moved, I was enjoying the solo life and going out and about, and I still can, but there's work to do. So less partying, more work. About 6-7 months into 2023, yeah, I met this beautiful Latina girl on the dating app, found her Instagram, messaged her. I was at the Venetian having Chinese food. She responded. She liked my vibe. I didn't care. I gotta stretch. My hamstrings. Whew, I did legs today, so I'm just trying to keep the muscles flex and loose. But she was really gorgeous. My goodness. Very young too. I think I told you about that I date young girls. Not because I'm chasing them. I look significantly younger than my age and I have young energy. Take care of myself. Attraction is not a choice. It is what it is. You like what you like. Both ways. And I find myself attracted to 20-something-year-olds and they are attracted to me. So it's not a knock on older women. It is what it is. You take care of yourself and there's some benefits that come with it, right? So anyway, we vibed so hard. Like we met at this casino inside Venetian where you play darts, electronic darts. We met there, we had wings, great conversation. We didn't really play darts, but we hit it off. I think it was very mutual and we held hands right from like the second hour. I introduced her. Her favorite drink was Jack and Coke. She doesn't know any better. She was 20 last year. She's 21, 22 now. But I introduced her to different types of ways to drink, but on what to drink. And so at that time, I grew up on Bacardi rum and Coke. Me and my boys. And when she didn't know what rum was, I had an opportunity to share something new, and I was excited. So when she tried the rum, Coke, nothing crazy, like just a tad bit amount, she loved it. And then we dated for about 4 months. Mostly me, I'm putting in the work because I'm technically mature, right? And she's attracted to how well I was taking care of her, not financially. Of course, she didn't have to pay for any meals, and it wasn't that expensive anyway. But I paid for Uber rides to the strip. You don't want to really drive. Very romantic, right? And then my boss, my former boss in California, for one of the banks I was working with, he happened to be living in Vegas and moved 1 year prior to me moving. So in 2020, 2021, he had moved. His daughter was getting married, and so I needed a date. You see how the stars are aligning. So I was in a frenzy to find a really good girl, a quality girl, someone who's presentable that you can take to these types of events, not a working girl, right? I actually preferred that. This was a natural progression. So I asked her on the first date. I didn't waste any time. What that allowed me to do was form a bond and plant a seed in her mind, but without me even trying to plant a seed in her mind, that I will see you a few more times at least. And we did. She was hesitant. She didn't know. Of course, I had to keep in mind that she was only 20. I was very gentle on the pressure. She said yes, she will go. My goodness, man. When we went, she looked gorgeous on that wedding day. And you see where I'm going with this. So I'm an older man, and I'm invested now, right? I know she is too, but there's nothing I said that could have been more controlling or anything like that. Nothing. Like not trying to manipulate, because the accusations could be real, right? So nothing like that. I'm just enjoying the company. She was very well mannered, very nice to be around, very sweet spoken. Um, Comes from a seems like a good family. She just had a bad habit. No one is perfect. She's a Gen Z, so she was doing cocaine. I found out later because on the first night I cleaned her nose while calling Uber. She had the white stuff there, and I cleaned her nose. And she said, "That's our bond. We're going to be always. I'm going to always remember you that way." And that's what I fell for, because it was a very sweet comment. I didn't even think about it, but it was a cool, cute moment. And then she gave me other nostril, and I cleaned her nostril, and then every time we met after that, I was cleaning her nostrils. It didn't hit me that she was doing cocaine, right? So that high that we were on was also induced by substance that I wasn't aware of. So alcohol, cocaine, and that shit's gonna age you. And I think she's addicted to that. This is the second girl I've met who's a bit younger than I am, significantly younger than I am. At the time I was 47, she was 20. Yeah, call it what you may. Most men would kill to be in my shoes. No matter what you say, most men would kill to be in the shoes. There's nothing wrong with that. Accept it, move on. If you take care of yourself, guys, these things are going to happen. You're going to be able to date younger. Default. Default. My current girlfriend is 28. It's a little older, but that's fine. So this is the second girl I've dated in my life that has an issue with substance abuse and cocaine. So surely enough, as time went on, she did give me hints and clues that she used to sell drugs, just low key. She used to deal stuff through Snapchat, and some of her boys were involved in this. So I ignored the red flags. I ignored everything because I caught ONEITIS. I got caught with ONEITIS. It happens to almost every man, and you're going to repeat it. You're going to repeat it. It never fails, but you learn from it as well. So this ONEITIS was bad. Like, because she was showing up all the time, and our dates were really cute. We were going to some nice dinners and doing all the cute things. And I think it was at some point where the barrier. Oh, she stayed the night of the wedding, came back home, right? Stayed the night, got closer. Things happen, um, and after that, I started seeing more and more of the fallout from who I knew, who I met, as expected. Right? She's 20, so I'm going to give her a lot of room and cut her a lot of slack because she's got so much life ahead of her. I realized that her responses started fading. Like, she was lagging on her responses. She was unsure about meeting up, and I was obviously getting serious, and I wanted long term. Surprise, surprise. Uh, I liked her very much, and I even told her I'm going to marry her if her family has a problem. So I was in my feels, like really deep feelings. And here's why. When you come to a new state, oh man, my nose is running now. She must have heard me. Excuse me. When you come to a new state, when you are invited to a wedding, okay, when you're my age, I'm setting it up for you. It's a setup. I'm teeing it up for you. When you're my age, when you take a girl to a wedding and you get the response and the reaction, where you almost stole the show from the main bride and groom, that's how glamorous it was. It felt like we were getting married. And a lot of eyes were on us sitting at the table. I wish I could throw some pictures so you could see it for yourself. But out of respect and privacy, I'm not trying to put her pictures up or mine together. Because it would be unfair, right? It's okay to talk about something like this without revealing the identity of that person. I respect her, you know. Um, but I fell in love with all of those things. And then when she started disappearing, I tried harder and harder and harder. I was in denial. This can't be happening. She cannot go from liking me that much to ignoring me now. And when I was already suffering from anxiety, as I talk about, right? I suffer from that separation anxiety, and so I just started really doubling down on my text messages and emails, because she had emailed me too, some stuff, right? Trying to reach out. I thought she was in trouble. I thought, what if someone kidnapped her? What if she got jumped? What if she got mugged? I would get text messages from her, even when we were meeting early on in our dates. But she was, while I was working a full time job, our schedules just were not a match, and she wasn't working, just fine. But she would sleep all day and really come to life around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, and then go out at night. And my night, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, I have to really get in bed so I can be fresh and ready for my white collar job, corporate job, right? Which I was struggling with anyway. Makes sense now why I quit the 6-figure job, 200,000 plus, right? So I was compromising all of that. I would meet her at 11 o'clock in the night, and she would show up fresh, cute, right? And it's Vegas. It's easy to fall in love. Bright lights, the moment, right? But that wasn't love. It was stupidity. I had a big crush on her, and now it's all hindsight, you know. So I was just giving away all my cards and my value and throwing everything in the kitchen sink. At the end of the day, you realize that we've been through this before as guys, right? As men, young men, old men, middle age. Every man does it. Is that you can't put them on a pedalstone, man. No matter how much beauty they have, how gorgeous she is, you know. I dumbed it down to this. My realization from that experience. It's not the first time I've done it. Is that they're humans at the end of the day. They are moody. They wake up. They have to brush their teeth. Their breath stinks. They have to piss. They have to take a shit. Very, very similar to guys, except that our biology is a little different, right? They got their cycles, and we have different reproductive hormones and organs. But in many ways, we're similar. So it took me a long time to realize that it's okay to not get a closure on it, and I was seeking closure on it forever, nearly 1 year. Even when I met my current Colombian girlfriend, I've thought about her many times, and it wasn't so much about hooking up with her again, second time, third time, anything like that, but it was more about getting confirmation that I wasn't crazy, that, you know, at that time I was a little too clingy, way too clingy actually. Probably scared her off, because, you know, there's nothing, as a mature guy, you have to give her a lot of space, and that's what I realized from dating someone so young. And she was really into me in the beginning, and then, you know, that's Gen Z for you, right? That's, you have a Gen X man dating a Gen Z. There's going to be some issues there in terms of you know, your attention span and dedication. So I was wrong in that aspect of expecting so much from her. And she did say that she wasn't ready for a relationship. And you know what? Guess what? I probably would have effed it up anyway, because deep down inside, I didn't want a relationship. I wanted that energy. I wanted to capture all of that and just make it mine. That's it. That's it. Just, you have to be honest with yourself, guys. You know, we fall in love with the beauty first. We fall in love with our eyes, and that's a big mistake. Because if you fall in love with your eyes, you have made a grave mistake, because that's all your chips on the table. No matter how beautiful she is, just remember she is human. So the only cure for oneitis is to keep a rotation. That's as simple as it is. Even though you have a dime, a 9 or a 10, she was about a 9. You got to have more in your pipeline. This channel is not about pickup game. I have my own ways to go about it, but if I can share what was on my mind today to talk about this, I would. That's what I wanted to share with you. I did text her happy birthday in October. Surprise, she texted me back. Thank you, with a heart face, you know. I almost fell for that again. But I smiled. I'm like, the best thing to do in life is to just let that go. Learn from it, let that go. On the flip side, I am enjoying time with my Colombian girlfriend. She actually turned out to be a good catch after all. And we have made some many special memories together and continue to do so. And 1 year plus, and now we're making plans for Thanksgiving. We just celebrated Halloween, and now we're getting ready for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and definitely going to be rolling in 2025 and with a big bang. So stay tuned for that. But ONEITIS is very painful. It teaches you a lesson. I think every man has been there. I don't care what age you are at. Once you become fixated on that one girl, and she knows that you are all stacked in, and you have no other option, so you're not making the time to have options out there, but giving her everything, she's gonna leave you. She's gonna lose interest. Find out for yourselves. Go all in. Try it. It's important that you get rejected this way. It's important for you to go through this cycle, otherwise you will never learn. And some men don't learn from it. They keep repeating, keep repeating, keep repeating. What I did was I had options as well. I just lasered in on her. She was hot. And she was nice. And we went to a wedding. Everything made it seem like a love romance, Romeo and Juliet from a movie. And I fell in love with that. I'm human. Nothing wrong with that. She sees my profile today on IG. I think she's curious. My life has begun to pop off. I'm doing some good things. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this story. You can see that this one took nearly 17 minutes or so to talk about, but it's a fun one. I'd love to hear your stories. If you're a girl or a woman, I'd love to hear your stories as well. We've all been there where we like someone more than they like us. We've all been there where we're invested in one person and they're not returning the same. And when do you cut bait, right? When do you cut your losses? Which leads me to another topic, is there's a reason why I haven't married, and it's not for me, but that's a topic for another video. This one covers ONEITIS. Let me know your thoughts on your ONEITIS, your story. I'd love to hear from you. And keep your head up. Keep walking forward. Mama out.